definition of determination: firmness of purpose, courage. Here's an example. Her determination never wavered.
I'm Abigail. Everyone I lived with made the world out to be a wonderful place. I mean, we're Puritans, right? So we things like sunshine and rainbows. I had to learn the hard way that in reality, things aren't always what they seem. I thought that the man I truly loved me in return. I pursued him persistently, hoping he'd see me. I wanted to prove it to everyone. I simply couldn't let go of the feelings I'd felt. It was impossible. I really thought I knew what true love was. I got somewhat carried away and took everything to court. But I never gave in when the tension was high. I was determined to get rid of Sarah and have John all to myself. Sadly, I overlooked the fact that John truly loved Sarah, and I lost my dearest John. My determination brought out the worst in me and took me to places in myself people couldn't imagine.
I am John Proctor. I love my children and my wife, and I live in a Puritan time period when everyone believes strongly in religion, and I'm a farmer. I had an affair with a young girl named Abby because I loved her, because she loved me, and I thought I loved her. I was determined to put my relationship behind me, but Abby would not allow it. She called my wife a witch, so I admitted to my crimes to save my wife and my name. I told the truth, and for that, I was hung. I died in what I believe.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Nurse. I was said to be a witch and involved in devilish activities. I never did such a thing, and died because I was determined to never give in. I would never confess to such a lie. How can these people incriminate innocent people? I cannot comprehend that. They wouldn't listen to the truth. I died for not giving in to them. If I admitted to being a witch, given in, let them win, I would still be alive. I would not have made that trip to the gallows, but I would have lost everything I believe in. My faith, my honor. I was determined to never give in, to stick with what is true, and I died for it. I lost my life, but I kept everything that was worth living for.
I'm Scout. I never got to meet my mama when I was alive. So for a part of my life, I was raised by men, Atticus and my brother Jem. People that I knew made being a lady seem boring, hard, and just really sophisticated, which sounded not very fun at all. For the longest time, I was determined to be as unladylike as possible. I'm serious. I never wore dresses, hung out with other girls, or even thought girly things. Everyone thought I was crazy, even my own aunt. While she was living with us, she was constantly commenting on my behavior, my clothes, and even my hair. I never let anyone change who I was, though. I stuck to who I was and never gave in to peer, family, and just everyone pressure to be normal.
My name's Tom Robinson. I'm a black man living in the South at a rough time in history. We are free men, but we cannot have the same rights as white folk. I'm a hard worker and I done what was right. Even so, I was framed for a crime that I didn't, and there's no way around it. I did not rape Mr. Evil's daughter, but in her words against mine, and I don't know that I ain't gonna get a chance to get out of this fix I am. I just trying to help him out, is determined to be helpful, but has just got in a heap of trouble. The court case ain't going well. Seems those white folk got it in for me. Seems I ain't getting far. Fair trial, no matter I tell him the truth or not. Don't matter even if I did have the best attorney in the South, Atticus, that was doing all the work to help me tell the truth. but they're still going to string me up, and I don't know what to do.
My name is Atticus. I knew I couldn't win the Robinson case. I was determined to hang on to the hope that a few people in the town would change their view and see that he was just as much of a man as I. I had to defend him. Everybody said, just let the case go. Not even try. I knew that that was wrong, and I had to maintain my self-respect. How could I face anyone in this town, or even my children, if I didn't? I was determined to be the best father I could be for my children. I had to be a good, honorable man for them. They had lost their mother already. I had to teach them and show them true courage and that all humans are equal. I had to show them that just going along with what everyone else is saying isn't always the right thing to do.
I am Odysseus. I fought in the Spartan War. I left my beautiful wife and my only son behind, knowing that I would return no matter what. I was determined to survive the war and the trip home. I had to get home to Penelope and Telemachus. Even though sometimes I got sidetracked, I never gave up.
Hi, I'm Penelope. I was the wife of Odysseus, and I was determined because I never gave up in the hope that my husband would return. And because of that, I refused other suitors who tried to marry me, saying that my husband was dead. And I was like, oh hell no, boy. You ain't gonna go anywhere to get me, oh my son. But you know, like, they still kind of lived in my house and ate all my food and drank all my wine. But I always knew that my husband would return, and it probably was way worse. Like 10 years of my life, I was pretty much like a widow.
I'm Telemachus. My father was the great Odysseus. While he was desperately trying to get home, I took care of my mother and never gave up on him, that he would find his way back. I knew, deep in my heart, that he was alive, and somehow he was making his way home. Unfortunately, the suitors who were trying to, get my mother, they got really anxious. And they kind of, ate our food and, went crazy. So I left home and went on a journey to find my dad. I had to find him in the kingdom, or I had to find him, or the kingdom and my mother would be in big trouble. My determination gave me the strength to carry on, no matter how hopeless things were.
My name is Romeo. When I first saw Juliet, I knew it was meant to be. Her beautiful face and her heart was meant to be mine. When I found out she was a Capulet, I was willing to run away with her right then, right there. Juliet and I were destined to be together. When we married, but then I was banished, and I kind of killed her cousin, but he deserved it easily. When I left, because I left Juliet, I had somebody watch over her and make sure she was okay. But when I found out she died, I had to go back. I was mortified. So I went back and I visited her in her grave. But I ended my life to make sure that I could be with her and only her.
My name is Juliet. I believe that I'm determined, or I was before my untimely death. From beginning to the end of my story, I was always determined to keep quiet about my love, Romeo, and to keep on seeing him. I never gave up, despite the odds being against me and against us. I was absolutely determined to find a way to make our love correct and acceptable without giving it up. I worked in secret to marry Romeo, and even when he murdered my dear cousin Tybalt, I never abandoned my love for my lord and Romeo. And I still sang praises to his name. I risked possible death to be with him forever. And when I realized that he, well, you know, I was determined to never live without my love.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller.